Everyone, this is Marika from Herasphere, and today I just wanted to create a short video just to read some of the statements that I've received when I sent out a survey this week asking women about their experiences in dealing with pelvic organ prolapse. Now, I just wanted to read through some of the comments that I received for the first question because I think it might be really interesting for other health and fitness professionals to listen to, and to other mums who are experiencing pelvic organ prolapse, because I do think in many cases women can be dismissed, can be told, meh, you've had a baby, it's pretty normal, you'll be fine, just crack on and have surgery later, or finish having your babies and then we'll just, stitch everything back up again. A lot of women find that the diagnosis itself is heart-wrenchingly difficult to deal with. It would appear, based on the answers that I received in the survey, that a lot of women are given a diagnosis, but they're not actually given any kind of rehabilitation plan, any strategy for dealing with the symptoms that they have, or programs that they can do to help gradually get them back into activities of daily living and also physical activities such as sport or recreational activities. So there doesn't seem to be, I guess, a plan of attack in how they can deal with living with pelvic organ prolapse. It just doesn't seem to be happening for a lot of women, and it may take them a few years to work through different physical therapists or online programs and support groups and things to actually get the help that they need. And I would love to see women getting more support and more help early on in those early months after having a baby, rather than 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the track. So I just today, what I want to do is I want to read through some of these. They almost feel like impact statements to me. So the first questions that I asked, the first sort of section was, who diagnosed your pelvic organ prolapse? How was that news given to you? And then how did you feel after being given your diagnosis? And I just want to read through really some of the language that I've received in response to that question, how did you feel after being given your diagnosis? I was devastated as I was told not to run or lift anything heavy. I have 2 small children and I was training for a half marathon. I felt devastated, no less. So these are different statements. I was extremely disappointed as my physiotherapist halted all physical activity in my life other than walking and swimming. I was devastated. I thought my life was over and my recent certification as a personal trainer may as well have been thrown in the trash. I felt hopeless, depressed. I was diagnosed with PND after all of this. That's postnatal depression. I was shocked at first and then I felt depressed. I went into a depressive cycle for months. I felt discouraged and broken. I still do sometimes. I felt afraid and mad, but determined to learn and heal. I felt absolutely devastated and like I was going to be disabled for life. I was absolutely devastated after my diagnosis. I developed severe depression and I barely left my room for weeks. I felt depressed after being diagnosed because I wasn't aware in the 2 years post-birth that our bodies heal dramatically and many of the women's symptoms almost go away. I was devastated. I read all the stuff on the internet and I felt like I would never be able to move again, and I'm an athlete by nature. I felt broken. I was in pain. My sex life was terrible. I cried a lot. I felt depressed. I felt angry, defeated, depressed, helpless, broken, alone, embarrassed, trapped on a slope towards doom. I felt like my life was over and I lost myself. I was more depressed than I'd ever been. I felt like a stranger in my body. I felt broken, disconnected, and confused. I was defeated, confused, searching for answers, broken, ruined. I felt scared and angry at myself after the diagnosis, thinking, how could I have let this happen? After diagnosis, I was scared, horrified, and hopeless. I literally thought my life was over. It was the first time I've ever thought about ending my life. I felt broken and unheard. I had lots of questions, but the doctor dismissed me. I was depressed and unsure of what to do next. I was sad and felt a bit betrayed by my body. I felt I was not believed. I was horrified, scared, and embarrassed. Like I was going to die. These are just a handful of some of the statements that I've received in this survey, and it's been pretty confronting, and I think it's been a really incredible reminder for me as a physiotherapist to really think about the language that I use and to never be dismissive of the person that walks in through my door, and to really be an ear for them to tell me how they are, not only, how they are feeling with that diagnosis, what their hopes and dreams are, and to try and find the best way that I can to help them get back to feeling better in their body, feeling safer in their body, having more confidence in movement, and working obviously with other health and fitness professionals to try and work as a team to really support women through this very difficult time. I hope this has been helpful. I think it's been really eye-opening for myself personally. When I've finished doing this particular survey, I am going to collate all the results and I'll pop it together in a few. I think it will end up being a few different blog posts because there's just so much amazing information in there. But I just want to say thank you again to all the women who filled out the survey. I think it's been incredibly helpful for me, and I think it will be for others as well.